Lie. So anyway, I don't know why he wouldn't take his underpants off. Like, it was just causing him more trouble. Okay, let me just notify the room. The room. Okay, let's see who's going to be the one to say first. It's usually someone who doesn't even want to watch the stream. Yeah. I've got my delicious cherry Coke that I got from the American section in Kohl's. Fucking, does Woolies even have like some kind of like international section? If they did, it'd probably just be like Chinese and Indian food, maybe.
Chinese? That's strictly for puffs.
Okay. Hi, Hack Predators. This is Australia's fast bowler. Oh no, what has he done?
Polygal, when ordinary glass just wouldn't do.
So where does
Your
this glass
home is
go?
more than just an investment in real estate. It's an investment in the lifestyles of you and your family.
Yeah.
For this reason alone, it's worth considering the quality of the products you use to improve your property and to make your house a home.
All right.
Because we spend so
Media
much
Treasure
time
Trove, how you
outdoors,
doing?
take a moment to consider just some of the projects you can tackle with
I'll
a few
consider
basic
it,
tools
but I can't
and a little
say
help
if
from
I'll buy
Polygal,
it.
the polycarbonate structured sheet that won't shatter like glass and doesn't look like old corrugated iron.
Fuck. It's like, fuck old corrugated iron. I don't want that shit in my house.
Take that, corrugated iron.
Holy shit. They're brutal on that.
Polygal is a glazing material that affords unique solar qualities and is 200 times stronger than glass. Polygal is flexible
seeing
and
through
provides
things.
excellent insulation from the harsh Australian sun.
Yeah, because Australia
Unlike
has
some
their own fucking
plastics,
sun.
Polygal won't spread flames. And best
What
of
episode
all,
of Wheel
it's
of
backed
Worst did
by
I
a
stumble upon?
10-year limited
Yeah,
warranty.
this is Aussie Red Letter Media.
Perhaps the most popular use for Polygal is in the construction of pergolas.
And if you can't find carbon fiber stucco law, now forge the law.
Polygal is easy to use and is available in both 6 and 10 millimeter thick sheets in a range of sizes.
Oh, she's a polygal. Cool.
With such a wide choice, one is sure to be
that'll
right
be helpful
for your project.
in the relationshipness.
With Polygal, you can also choose from 3 different colors
I mean, she's in
to
an open
complement
one.
your home's color scheme and to control the amount of natural light.
It's the second sun located over Australia. Yeah.
Bronze
Oh wait, you can see through
and
them.
opal.
You can't see through that one.
Building a pergola with Polygal is easy. Once the timber frame is in place, it's simply a matter of following the installation guide to fix the Polygal sheets.
Could I fucking do it? I didn't think so.
After checking that the pergola roof has the required fall away from the house,
The
place
required
the Polygal
fall.
sheets into position and fix into place with Polygal roofing screws and neoprene
Oh,
washers.
now they're gonna sell us like proprietary screws for their fucking
When it comes
polygal.
to
Come on,
cutting
man.
Polygal, it's as easy as this.
Where's the genie
Your
from down
Polygal
under if
stockist
it's
also has a
opal?
range of accessories for joining
That
sheets
brings me back.
and giving
Holy
exposed
crap.
edges a neat weatherproof finish.
Jesus Christ.
Another advantage of Polygal is that you can create curves simply by bending the sheet into position. It's
It
easy
just
to get
snaps
professional
immediately.
results with Polygal.
So is this
And
product
what's
still
more,
available
Polygal
or
will
something
stand
like
up to
it?
the roughest treatment, from the odd cricket ball to
Hey
those
Laurie, how you
savage summer
doing?
storms.
Welcome.
Tone down the sun's harmful rays.
Tone down for
An
what?
outdoor living
Tone-
area that looks
Let me
as
just get
good
the
as
sun.
for
Is still
pagodas that
available,
look as
apparently.
good as the rest of your home.
Well, that was worth having a 5-minute VHS tape of, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll just send people 5-minute VHS tapes. Why not? I don't know.
How about some child safety? So these are all ones you found yourself or were given to you?
And these are all just everything. Ooh. Anything. Oh, this one's the piece.
This video is endorsed and recommended by the Institute for Ambulance Officers, brackets Australia. Not
This
those
one
other
was
ambulance officers, fuck them.
This was copy protected. Some blood noise reason.
Hmm.
This really needs to be copy protected.
Someone asked if I oiled my ground harness today. Yes, I did. Oh, this is a kid's view. Look at toddler up to fucking no good. Oh, that looks
Around
delicious.
The most modern and well-maintained home, there is the
Howard!
potential for serious, even fatal injuries. to
Oh
children.
yes, I want to drink some of that.
Each
Get that
year,
cat right off.
thousands
Fucking.
of adults
That's
and children
I
are
fucking skull
seriously
it.
injured around the home. Most injuries can be prevented.
You can tell by the
while
carpet how
timely
old the
first
tape
aid
is.
treatment
Yeah.
Can reduce
I
the
had
extent
one of
Old
those.
shitty
and
carpet.
even save
I had
Yes,
one of
rugs.
those tractor.
Oh.
Right
In this
on
video,
tractor
we are
things.
going to
I had one of
outline
those little
certain safety measures
wooden
and
push
first
cart
aid
things
procedures
where
you
you
can
put the-
employ to help
the
prevent
blocks in it.
accidents and reduce injuries around your home and save lives. But first, let's look at the basics of first aid.
Oh god,
If you
they
were
trained the
made
baby to
Toilet
do
duck!
to
this.
deal with a wide range of
He's
injuries.
going after the toilet duck.
Yeah. Oh,
The major principle of first aid
oh,
is safety
time to pull.
first.
The, fuck
Ah,
it.
yes!
The casualty
That's a
and
good
the first
idea.
aid giver.
Ah,
Watch this
oh
video
no!
several times so you can be prepared before an accident.
Fuck
or sudden
children,
illness
let 'em
occurs,
die.
And take
Just
a course
kidding,
in
I don't
first aid
think that's
or
fun.
basic resuscitation. The basics of first aid are easy if you remember DRABC. This stands for danger,
You know, I see a lot of
Dr.
these. Like,
ABC.
I see a lot of these.
and circulation.
Remember,
First,
remember
the
this
injured person
acronym, and
from
you'll
danger,
know exactly what
or
to
the
do. But there's
danger
so
from
many
them.
of those fucking acronyms. I can't remember a single
Next,
one.
try to elicit a response from the casualty by gently shaking and shouting. If there is no response, move on to the ABCs. Make sure the airway is clear. Next,
Oh, my
check if
doll
the
is
casualty
dying.
breathing. If not, begin mouth.
He'll never be able to go to Disneyland.
After 5 breaths, check circulation by feeling for a pulse. If it is active and you are trained, begin chest compressions.
That's not to the beat of Staying Alive.
You'll also
Yeah.
need a first aid kit around the house. And it's a good idea to keep one in the car. Your first aid
No,
kit,
no,
carried
to
or
use
stored
these
in
Oh,
a
items.
fucking
portable
dead
container
all. Good.
would
Just
include
burn
such
my
items as
fucking
steam
limbs,
gear.
why don't you?
When you purchase your kit, complete a first aid course to become familiar with the contents and how to use them.
First aid for drowning. Put up a fucking fence,
The
mate.
first step in avoiding injuries is
The
to
kid
take
just like,
preventive measures
mum's gone,
inside
immediately
and
just,
outside
let's
your
just
home.
run
Oh,
straight to
no!
the pool.
Oh no, the paper, Casey! I need that paper!
Oh, it's soaping wet. It's still good. Still good.
First, make
Still
sure your
good,
pool
still good.
is isolated from the
Erect!
house by a fence that complies with Australian
Big
standards and the local council
selection.
requirements.
Free
However, even with the
erection.
proper fencing,
We've got
you
all the
must
sheds
keep
you
the gate
need.
closed. Maintain the self-closing.
That's all
gate
it
and
sheds to
supervise
come.
children at
Oof,
all
my
times.
ears. You yelled too loud and you hurt Laurie's
When
ears.
children
How
are
dare you?
drowning, they cannot call for help. Drowning is a very silent tragedy. Always
Yeah,
teach
because it
children
goes.
paddling to alert you to the gate being left open, or someone.
Door
entering
is
the
a
area.
jar! The door is a
Children
jar!
under the age of 3 are at the greatest risk from drowning, but children of any age can drown in a bath, spa.
They can drown in a fucking puddle.
even a nappy.
They're incredibly fucking
As a matter of
stupid.
fact,
Wait, they
a
can
child
drown in a
drown
nappy?
very little water. So never leave young children in the bath, even for a moment. Even when
Every
children
time your
are in the bath
phone rings,
together,
take
don't
your child
trust the
out
older
of the
one
bath.
to care for the younger.
It'll take them
Be sure
3
happy bags
hours.
are covered with a secure lid and are stored out of the reach of little children. Your spa must be fenced or isolated from children. In the event of a drowning accident, be sure you know what to do.
Oh my god, he turned into a doll!
Remember
Man.
the DRABC. Remove
Dangerous
the casualty
ones,
from
airway
danger,
breathing,
making
circulation.
certain to put them on a level surface or where their head is lower than their feet. Try to elicit a response, then clear the airway.
What are you, a dummy?
Turn the person on
Talk.
their side. Turn their face slightly toward the ground to help drain obstructions from their mouth.
Look at that, look at that
Gently
O mouth.
remove any obstructions from their mouth. Be aware, however, that in cases of suspected spinal
Keep in
injuries,
mind, try
such
not
as
to
in
fingle
diving
the child
accidents,
too vigorously.
Minimize movement of the
That
neck
is
in any
incredibly
direction.
sexual.
The next step is to determine if the casualty is breathing. Breathing is checked by watching for movement of the chest and abdomen, or listening and feeling for escaping air from the nose and mouth. If they are breathing, let them remain
If
on
you
their
don't know
side.
what breathing is,
If
Yeah.
breathing is not detected, turn them onto their back.
If you don't know what breathing is,
Now
please
begin the
consult
mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
the basics of human...
With children, this procedure must be carried out gently. Place the palm of your hand on the
Ow!
head and hold the chin with the forefinger and thumb of the other hand. Next, tilt their head back. The degree of head tilt varies depending on the age and size
Infant,
of the
no head
casualty.
tilt. Partial head tilt. Ages here are guide only. So what the, you know, full head tilt.
just crack their fucking neck.
Right back.
Take a breath.
I don't
Place
think
your
there's
mouth
teeth
over
in
the
it.
child's mouth.
Oh, look at it
Gently
expand.
inflate the
Ew.
lungs with air. Look for the chest to rise. If it does not rise, repeat the procedure for
Yeah.
clearing the airway.
Fingering the
Following your
airway.
inflation,
That's
lift
so
your mouth
funny.
from the casualty. Watch the rise and fall of the chest, and with your ear close to the mouth, listen and feel for breath. After 5 breaths, pause to check the person's circulation.
This is a lot of
This
fucking
is
steps.
done
Holy
by checking
crap.
for a pulse at the neck. Place the
Ow!
fingers
Stop
in the groove
digging your
beside
fucking
the Adam's
fingers in
apple
there.
on one side only. Do not use your thumb. If the pulse is detected and there is no breathing, continue mouth-to-mouth
And
resuscitation.
they're dead.
For infants and children younger than 8, blow 1 breath every 3 seconds. For anyone else, blow 1 breath every 4 seconds. If there is no pulse, begin chest compressions. The demonstration of CPR on this video is a guide only. Before performing this procedure, it is highly recommended that you complete a formal course in CPR.
So what the fuck
So
was
this
the point
video
of
is
this
We
video?
also recommend that you check your child's pulse before an injury occurs, so you'll know where to locate it in the event of an emergency.
Yeah, Laurie, I brought
After
that up in
finding
a
there is
video.
no pulse, kneel beside the casualty with one of your knees level with their chest and the other knee
I love how they call
level
it the
with head.
casualty and not, you know, like
Locate the lower
the
end
person,
of the breastbone.
the
by
child,
running
the
your fingers
human.
along the lowest rib.
He's
each
just a
side
casualty.
From the outside inwards. Locate the upper end.
Yeah,
of
he's
the
got a
breastbone
hole in the side
by
of his
placing
body.
a finger in the groove between the collarbones.
He had his appendix
Extend
removed.
the thumbs of each hand
His
an
robo
equal
appendix.
distance to meet in the middle of the chest. For children from 1 to 8 years,
It means he
place
can't
the
have any
heel
more
of one
chrome.
hand only directly below the pressure should be exerted
That's too
50
slow.
times to a depth of
Staying
2.5
alive.
centimeters or 1 inch, followed
Staying
by
alive.
2
Staying
breaths.
alive.
This cycle should be repeated every
Staying
10
alive.
seconds
Staying alive.
or 6 times per minute. Every 2 minutes, you should stop to check if the breathing and pulse have returned. If the pulse returns, stop chest compressions, but continue mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Robot
Oh, he
Madeline.
turned back into a real
Oh, shit!
boy!
Nurse them on their side.
He's a real boy! That's
She
why
just
they
turned
called
a,
him.
she just turned a fucking dummy into a living, breathing human.
That's why they
Yeah.
called him the victim
Try to elicit a
case, or whatever
response.
you said.
Clear the
Because they
airway
become
and check
dummies.
for
Yeah.
breathing. Begin
Well, they're
mouth-to-mouth
basically like
resuscitation,
potatoes when they're
watching for the chest to
unconscious,
rise between
so,
breaths. After 5 breaths, check their circulation by checking
if your
for a
dummy
pulse.
doesn't turn into a
If
human,
there is
I'm
no
sorry,
pull
you've
them
got a
down,
vegetable.
causing serious burn. All homes have. We tend to take
All
it for
homes have
granted.
what? Coming up next on BBC4, electrical safety and first aid for burns. I forgot to do the
Electricity certainly makes our lives easier. As a matter of fact, electricity is so commonly used that we tend to take it for granted.
We might have it in every home.
As convenient and essential as electricity is, it can still be lethal.
That's a
That's
lethal
why
fucking
electrical
heater.
safety precautions are important in every household.
Oh,
Prevent
done.
electrical accidents.
That
use
fucking
safety
yes
switches.
orchestra
They
hit.
turn the power off before people are injured when there is a fault. It is
Fault.
recommended that all homes have safety switches
Oh,
installed.
Yeah, they
Unplug
they
appliances
fucking
when you are
saved my
finished
life
using
when
them,
I stuck
and
something
keep
in the
them out of
electrical
reach of
outlet.
children.
Hey,
And you.
Use appropriate plug-in covers to stop children poking things into
We were
power
both
points.
saved by safety switches, both of us.
I
Be
stuck
sure
a wooden
not to leave
handle
cords
fork
hanging where
into an
children
electrical
can reach
socket.
and pull them down,
And only
causing
because it
serious
was wooden
burns or
handled
other
I
injury.
survived.
Use electricity wisely. Never overload a circuit, and always discard frayed or damaged
Hi, two
cords.
Aussies. Yeah, this
Look
is
at that cord!
Repaired
this is
by
a lot of-
qualified electricians.
this is a lot of
Have sufficient
piggybacking.
power points in your home to avoid dangerous overloading.
Oh
In the
no!
event of an electrical shock, disconnect the person from the danger by turning off the supply if possible, or removing the casualty from the supply.
Hang on,
using
gotta go into the
dry,
basement first.
non-conducting material, such as
I
a
don't want
wooden
to touch you!
Avoid any direct contact with the casualty until they are disconnected from the power supply.
It
As
sounds
with
like
the
he's a
procedure
fucking
in a
robot.
drowning accident,
Disconnect
try to
your
elicit a
child
response.
from the power
Check
supply.
and clear the casualty's airway. If there is no breathing,
They're not drowning!
Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Oh my god, he turned into one with doll again! Oh my god!
For an adult or child over the age
So
of 8.
did they buy 2 sets of
For an
clothes, or
adult,
did they have to
place
undress
palm
the
of one
child
hand
between
on the top of their
scenes?
forehead. Support the chin with the forefinger and thumb of the other hand, and firmly,
His hair
but
looks like
gently,
custard.
tilt the head backwards. Take a deep breath. Place your mouth over the casualty's mouth,
Ew.
sealing their nose with your cheek.
Ugh.
Blow gently to inflate the lungs.
Suck out the snot.
Look for the chest to rise.
I deem
If it does
mercenary.
not rise, follow the procedure for clearing the airway.
Thanks for stopping by.
Following inflation of the person's chest, lift your mouth. Turn your
Following
head
inflation
towards
of the
the
person's chest,
and with
take
your
photos
ear
and
about
put it on
25
DVR.
millimeters from their mouth. Listen, feel, and look for air being exhaled. Repeat this cycle once every 4 seconds for adults and once every 3 seconds for
This is too
children.
much to remember,
After
dude.
5 breaths, check for a pulse. In an
Ow!
emergency situation, if there is no pulse,
I'd like it if
the
I
casualty
stuck my
will
fingers in
require
your
chest
fucking neck.
compressions. Kneel beside the person.
Just eat the lips.
Locate the lower and upper end of the breastbone. Then locate the middle by
Yeah,
extending
yeah,
the
yeah.
casualty.
It's, oh,
As a guide, we've used ages, but these are just a guide.
We've used
You should consider the
ages.
size of the casualty to determine the best hand
used a
position
long
the pulse
time.
have returned.
Ew.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
First, disconnect the casualty to help prevent burns and scalds.
Oh no.
Keep hot foods and liquids
the
out
kid
of
is
the reach
not
of children,
interested.
Yeah.
especially hot
I
drinks.
think you'll be fine.
Do not leave hot water in the kettle. It will remain hot enough to scald for up to 30 minutes.
Yeah, wastewater.
Remember, foods coming out of a microwave oven may continue to get hotter once they are removed.
What?
So wait a short time
Is that
before
how it
testing
works?
anything that's been heated
Like
in a
energy
microwave.
just creates itself?
Always turn saucepan handles away from the edge of the
I
stove
think that's how
so they
physics
can't be
works.
accidentally knocked off the stove.
That's just like
Be
fucking
careful not to place the
kitchen
handle
cooking
over another hot
101,
plate
putting the
where it will
handle
become hot enough to burn your hand.
fucking in.
Use curly cords on electric
Curly
to
cords.
reduce the risk of children pulling down hot liquids. Put the iron up out of the reach of children to cool after use. And use suitable placemats instead of tablecloths that children can grab hold of and pull off the table.
I remember when I had to use
Keep
placemats.
matches,
Holy shit.
cigarettes and cigarette lighters out of reach of young children.
Oh,
Don't use petrol or other flammables to start barbecues.
petrol.
Petrol.
It's petrol.
It. Yeah, me
Teach
fucking
children about
steak
the
tastes a lot
dangers of
better
hot
with
water,
fucking
so they
petrol
won't turn
fumes,
on the
mate.
hot tap in the bath. You can have hot water shutdown valves fitted into bathroom fittings, or a tempering valve in the hot water line. Make sure that these comply with the Australian standards.
Or else you're going to
Both
jail,
products
mate.
will ensure delivery of water is kept at 50 degrees Celsius,
Don't
which
buy
is
them
more
off
than
eBay.
adequate for all home uses. They will also decrease the likelihood of severe burns and may save money on hot water heating.
Man.
Most household burns are caused either by fire or by scalding from hot liquid.
Well,
It
things
is
that are hot,
recommended that you
yes.
have an appropriate fire blanket on hand to smother flames safely and effectively.
I got one of them, I think.
In a
Right,
case
no, I
of
gotta
flames, smother the fire using a
extinguisher.
non-flammable blanket.
Flammable? Inflammable
In
means
case of a fire,
flammable?
flood the
What
burner
a
with cold
country!
water for about 10 minutes. Avoid
But Mum, I'm not
overcooling the fire.
burnt!
Remove
Why are we
What are you
doing
doing
this?
this?
Why are
will
you
tend to
filming
retain
it?
heat. If the area has been burned by
Do they
flames,
just, like,
cover it with a loose, clean, dry cloth
color in
after
the-
flooding it with cold water.
They just fucking
Once
painted
you've
the
cleaned
kid's
it,
hand. Like,
transport the
why are you
casualty to a
doing this
doctor
to
or
me?
hospital by ambulance. It is important not to break blisters that form, and do not apply creams or lotions, as these make the assessment of a burn difficult. And
No,
may
that
need to be
actually burnt the
scrubbed off.
child. It's like, can I have?
Remember, the basic first aid
Can I have a
treatment for
Wally,
burns
please?
is such as raw carrot, peanuts,
Raw-
and apple are common causes of choking. Small objects like coins and buttons are also potential problems.
Yum.
As a matter of fact, anything smaller than a ping pong ball can cause choking problems for children.
My
There are
younger
some
brother,
helpful
every time he
reminders
fucking
to
ate
help
noodles,
prevent
he'd just
choking
start
accidents.
choking because he just
Don't talk or speak while
fucking
eating. It is
sucking him
important
down.
to insist that the children sit
Idiot.
quietly when eating. With infants,
He eats like a pig.
foods like carrots
Pigs
and
chew.
apples, and
I'd say he eats more like a duck.
for very elderly people and children, be sure that food is cut into small, manageable pieces. Toys, the mouth or nose.
I'll buy known brand
advise them
toys,
to cough up
Casey.
the material. If the casualty is an infant or
There is
small
no
child,
land speed
look to see if the
higher
instruction is
than
clearly
a
visible.
toddler who's been
If it
asked
is, remove the
what's
object
in
with
their
your
mouth.
fingers, but be careful not to inadvertently push the object further
Give
into
it.
the casualty's throat.
Take out the fucking
Ensure
thing.
your fingers are not bitten. If
I'm
not
sure
bitten,
they've-
it can't be removed. Or if it
I'm
is
trying
not
to
clearly
save you,
visible,
and you
sit
do this
or
to
kneel
me.
And place the child across your thighs with their face down and head low. Use the palm of your hand to give a number of sharp blows between the shoulder blades to help shake the object loose, so it will.
My
of
grandmother,
blood
God
can be
bless her,
very
she's like
distressing,
when she
but
pretended
remember-
she was
Oh, for fuck's sake!
God.
First,
when
control the bleeding by
when she was
applying
like
pressure
sort
with
of
a clean
angry
cloth.
at us, she'd
Or
like
if
put
nothing
her
is available,
hand on us
use
and
your
go
hand.
ah.
Be aware that you may
She
come
would
in
pretend to
contact
hit
with
us.
contaminated blood and bodily
God
fluids.
bless her.
For smaller cuts, apply an antiseptic solution to the surrounding
Yeah, I
area,
know, Laurie.
not
Holy
directly
shit.
to the
I'm
wound.
alone.
Laurie,
most,
you-
I'm alone
Laurie,
most of the day, so
You use the edge of the. You use
And
the
may
back of a
damage
chair.
tissue.
Do you
Make sure
do you
that
not
any
know about
injections
using a
are
chair in
appropriately
order to give
diluted
yourself a
before
Heimlich?
applying.
What?
Once the area
If
is
only this was
thoroughly
VHS, then I'd be able to
apply a
see how they
dressing,
did these
maintaining
special
direct
cut
pressure
effects.
and bandage securely, but not so tight that it restricts
Laurie,
circulation.
use the back of a
For
chair.
hand and arm injuries, place the limb in a sling, which will help keep the wound elevated and more comfortable. When the bleeding is difficult to control, or for large wounds, seek medical help urgently. First, and the children can reach the light switch. Make sure floor coverings are in good condition, and insist that children not run around in slippery areas, such as around the swimming pool or
So
wet
fun.
paths.
I love running.
If someone has a permanent or second tooth dislodged, calm them, clean them out,
A tooth-
find
oh,
the
no.
tooth, and clean it by having them suck the tooth clean with their own saliva,
What?
or rinse it in milk. It is important not
Suck
to
the
handle
tooth.
the root.
Suck the
Grasp
tooth,
the
son.
tooth firmly by the crown and
That is a
replace it
long
with
tooth.
finger pressure if
That's a
possible.
long fucking
The
tooth.
final step
Yeah.
is to get the person to a dentist.
I've never
or
seen a
hospital.
tooth that long.
If the
come
tooth
out of me.
cannot be replaced, keep it
You
moist
use
in a
milk
jar
because
containing
it's
milk.
calcium.
If milk is not available, place the tooth in saliva or water.
What?
It's
It's
calcium,
easy to
Casey.
save
It helps the
If you act
bones.
quickly
Wait,
to
they just
clean
shoved the
tooth,
tooth back
but
in the
don't handle
fucking
the root.
what?
Replace it, holding it in place with
What?
your finger, and get the person to the dentist or hospital immediately.
That you can just do that?
No.
You can just put it back in?
Very small children
Well, no,
are most at risk
they have
from
to
poisons
fucking
around the home.
Just
Just
clog the
You
hole, I
can help
guess, with the
prevent
tooth.
accidental poisoning by following some simple safety
So that it
procedures.
doesn't heal over. Toilet duck!
Install
Yeah.
child-proof latches or locks on
It's
cupboard
got that
doors.
unique neck.
Keep medicines out
Ah,
of the reach
yes.
of children, including things like tablets.
Yeah, we had
which look
those.
like harmless lollies to children.
Little
Choose
gumption
products in
on the
child-proof
far right
containers
there.
And keep
Yeah.
your cosmetics well out of reach of children. Other common items that are highly poisonous include household cleaning products, kerosene and methylated spirits,
Metho! Get some
Yeah.
metho.
pesticides, and insecticides. All these things should be stored away from children, and always store them in their original containers. If
See
a
this
hazard
Gatorade?
does
It's not
occur,
Oh,
Gatorade.
you
you
drank
win
the
it.
whole thing!
Yeah.
That's really expensive, you
Yeah.
know?
Check their breathing, and if breathing has stopped, be certain there is no poison
Smells so
around their mouth.
fresh, Casey.
Then
Man,
begin
the graphics
resuscitation.
on this
In the case
this
of place your
fucking
mouth over the infant's
what's that
mouth
game
and
called
nose.
where you're a baby trying to kill
Gently
yourself?
inflate the lungs with small puffs of air from your cheeks.
Daddy? What is
Daddy something.
Look for the chest to rise. If it does not rise,
Yeah, the
repeat
graphics are really
procedure for
good now.
Clearing the airway. Always begin with gentle breaths sufficient to make their chest rise. After 5
I
breaths,
can't believe that
check
that
your
kid
pulse
scalped
and
the
follow
whole
prescribed
bottle.
31126.
Oh!
Spiders, insects, and snakes are among the biting and stinging creatures that
I
make their
don't like
homes in our
spiders and
gardens
snakes.
It looks like a stick. That was
Children are
not
more
a real
likely to
snake.
suffer serious effects from these bites. There are some precautions that you can take. Keep the yard clear of logs and big branches. Insects, spiders, and
Oh,
snakes
look at this
tend
evil.
to hide in or under these.
That looks fucking like
and
it's
children
dying.
tend to lift or reach under them. Keep a first aid kit handy and take it with you on picnics and trips to the park. Learn which local snakes and spiders are lethal.
I ain't got time
In
for
the event
that.
of a snake bite, it is important
Ow!
to stay calm and calm the
There,
blood.
it's there, it's there, it's
Panic or
there.
movement
He
will
wouldn't
cause
be-
the casualties
It's there, it's there, it's there.
That kid
spreading
would
any
be
poison
fucking
through the system
screaming his head
faster.
off.
Send someone to call for medical assistance
Ah,
while
yes.
you begin treatment.
Fucking
It's there, Dad. It's fucking there.
Fucking
Apply
flip
a
phone.
firm pressure bandage over the bite.
yeah. There's only 7
If
people
bandaging is unavailable, you can
because
use
we're not
clothing.
very
Wrap it
interesting.
around and beyond the site to the tips of the fingers or toes. Then back along the limb to include the joint above. Do not wash the wound, as any venom on the skin will be useful for identification
Ah.
once medical assistance arrives.
All right.
Blue chips.
Firm bandaging over the bite will limit the
What's
spread
blue
of venom.
chips?
The spread is further reduced by keeping the casualty's limb still.
We're gonna turn you
Bandage
into a
should be
mummy,
only as
son.
tight as one applied to a
It's
sprained ankle.
Halloween.
Remember, keep the limb as still as possible and do
But
not
Dad,
elevate
I
the
thought you brought extra socks.
Once the bandage is in
Don't
place,
worry, son, I can make
immobilize the limb
socks.
completely by binding a splint to it. You
Oh,
can
I
use
remember
any rigid
binding
object,
splints.
such as a stick. If the bite
I
is
remember
on the
learning
hand or
that.
forearm, put the splintered forearm in a sling. Once treatment is completed, observe the casualty until medical assistance arrives. If breathing stops, commence resuscitation procedure. Remember, in the event of a snake bite, immediately apply a firm pressure bandage. Seizures, sometimes known as fits or convulsions, may take many forms. Seizures can be brought on by
He just had a
epilepsy,
seizure.
head injury, some
Nice
poisons,
bowl cut, dude.
or where the blood and oxygen supply to the brain is
Oh.
Hang
impaired.
on.
Aladdin.
Hang on.
Seizures can be the result of
This
a high
VHS
body
loves
temperature.
Disney. Oh, she's got
Remain
this
with the
wicked
casualty,
head rush.
removing any objects that may cause injury, and move the casualty away from any danger.
His bed's got
Wait
fucking
for the
wheels
seizure
on it.
to subside, then perform the ABCs of first aid.
That creepy clown,
Check
yeah, I
and
saw
clear
it.
the airway. Check their
He's gonna
breathing,
turn into a
and
dummy
then
yet?
Check their circulation.
ABC, always be clowning.
When possible, turn the casualty onto their
Uh,
side, tilting
he
the
didn't
head
turn
back
into a dummy.
and supporting the jaw with the face pointing
Ew,
slightly
they got
downwards.
they put like
in
puke
order
on
to keep
him.
the airway clear. Loosen any tight clothing. Do not force their mouth open with any hard objects, as
And
this may
don't
cause more
force
damage
them to
than
stay
tongue
still
bite.
either.
Use only enough restraint to protect the person from injury. Remember, if someone is having a seizure, first and foremost, remain calm. Stay with the casualty. Clear
But
the
what
airway as
caused
soon
the
as possible.
seizure?
To keep the airway
They were
clear,
reading a
turn
book.
the person onto their side and control any bleeding.
It's like, oh my
Any
god, I
person who
can't
suffers
follow
a
this
seizure
plot.
should be
Do they just
transported to a
have?
medical
Do they
facility by
just have
ambulance.
seizures?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can gain easy access.
But I want to play with that.
Remember, in any emergency situation, stay calm and use the DRABC. Remove any danger. and
Wait,
try
there's
to
an R
elicit
on
a
it?
Response if the casualty
So
is
it's like
unconscious.
R
Clear the
deter
airway, check
cat
breathing and circulation, and
Chibuk.
perform the appropriate first aid procedure. The best way to ensure that you can administer first aid safely and effectively
Yeah,
is
yeah,
by
we
enrolling
know.
in
But
a
Laurie,
first
if
aid
they
training course
wait, if they get
offered by an
seizures
appropriately
like
authorized
enough,
organization.
often enough, they should know
You
how
should
to do
also
this
use
shit
this
already.
video to increase your awareness of potential dangers and as a review of first aid procedures.
He's like, tickle, tickle, tickle.
For information on how to prevent accidents around the home, contact the Kids Safe office in your
And this
state
shit
or
is
territory.
why I will
Remember,
never.
this video alone
have
is not a
offspring.
substitute for a detailed first aid course.
I can't even
We
take care of
Encourage you
myself.
to complete an accredited first aid training course.
This video is not replacement for actual first aid.
So what was the point? Yeah. Well, it's half I don't want children and half no one will ever want to have children with me. I've come to accept that. Yeah, remember the Browell. Oh. Creation Research Center? Hey, Reese. You know when the dinosaurs were, knocking about?
And they were knocking about, yes.
Were you there?
Got me there, Casey. There, so
You know when dinosaurs and cavemen were knocking about?
You think it's like the Flintstones?
Yeah.
How would you like to grow your own fossil? It's easy. All you need is one of these.
Okay, this is voiceover.
And some of what I've got in this container.
What is in there?
I'll just get some water.
What is it? Regale me with what's
and
inside
we
that
can sprinkle some of
container.
these into it. And we can come back later and see what kind of fossil they've grown into. And what do you get when you plant this nut? Come with me into the forest and I'll show you.
I don't want to follow an old strange man into the forest.
Most ironically, it's the creations.
Well, this is what you get. A cycad with its dark green leaves and its crop of poisonous seeds, such as this one that we showed you before. The Aborigines used to eat it by slicing it, drying it, and fermenting it for several weeks.
And we all know how stupid they were with their food choices. Now we eat lasagna.
It was when the last dinosaur walked past. The same is true of another.
You want to
attractive
see
little
inside?
plant commonly
What's
known as
inside
the
this
tassel
nut?
fern. It really isn't a fern at all. It belongs in the lycopod family.
It's
So I have
like a
a lot of
pod.
this guy's-
It's like
I have
a
a-
pod, but not exactly.
I have a few of this guy's tapes, and
Like
he
the
is
cycad,
local.
a tassel fern
He
would
is
have
a
been readily
local
recognised by the biggest blundering Brontosaurus.
and he still has the same
In
PO
fact, this
box.
plant
so I
is
could
surprisingly
probably do
similar
visit.
to what many people commonly regard as one of the oldest land plant fossils in Australia. This fossil goes under the rather profound title of Baragnathia longifolia.
That's
which we've
fucking
since
profound as
discovered is
shit,
a fancy
dude.
name for a dead tassel fern. It seems tassel ferns haven't changed either. This fossil, by the way, was found in the Silurian rocks of Victoria. And don't be put off by the term Silurian. It was simply a word invented by Scotsman Sir Roderick Murchison.
And he
in
was
honour of a
crazy.
distinct warlike tribe of Britons who lived along the borderland of Wales, where these rocks were first studied. Since then, any rocks
Imagine
around
studying
the world that have got
rocks.
fossils similar to that area have been given the name Silurian. Fossils, such as
Fish.
this fish from the shales of Wyoming, or this fern from the coal seams of Nova Scotia, are the buried remains of plants and animals that have been preserved in the rocks.
Oh,
They
the
give us a good idea of
adventures!
what life in
Down
our
here at
past
the
was really
road.
like.
I like
If
the
you today
original
were
theme
taken
song,
and thrown into the
the
acidy waters
re-recorded
of a
one
peat
for
bog, and your body preserved
for
by the
the-
chemicals
the-
in the bog,
the new
you
season
too
wasn't
could
as
acquire
good.
fame as a fossil, if anybody found you, that is. Most people think of fossils as dead things, but the
Well, they
surprising
are.
thing is that the world is full of fossils which are well and truly still alive.
Ew.
Your gardens and carpets are full of them. Springtails and silverfish is what I mean.
Ooh.
They're both living fossils. In fact, the
Ah.
term living fossil has come to mean any animal or plant whose fossil ancestor is just as easy to recognise in the rocks as the living creature today. They haven't changed since they first appeared on the face of this planet.
That's 'cause God made them
that life
perfectly.
has been changing or evolving, and fossils provide some of the best evidence for this.
Ah,
Yet
Richard
not only the
Dawkins!
large number
Hey.
of
Ah.
fossils
Hey.
has been a closely guarded
Look at that fat
professional
boy.
secret,
That is a
with
fat
few
fucking
exceptions,
boy.
such as this. A coelacanth fish caught off the coast of Africa just before Christmas Day in 1938, after having been claimed in the textbooks as extinct since the time of the dinosaurs. Many scientists hope to have at last had their hands on an example of an animal evolving from a fish to a frog-like creature. But the coelacanth has been so successful at being a
Coelacanth sounds like some kind of spray.
Anything else. In the time it was supposed to be extinct. In fact, in all the time since it first appeared in Devonian rocks, it has faithfully produced replicas of coelacanths. It was and is a living fossil. Devonian rocks form some of the most spectacular scenery on the face of this earth. Places such as Table Mountain in South Africa, or the Catskills in North America, or the Rhineland
Let me
area
just
of
take
Eastern
my hat
Europe
off
are
for
all
emphasis.
Devonian. They have fossils in them which are similar to the area of Devon in the United Kingdom, where these rocks were first studied. And for those of you who are fishermen, you find it interesting to know that Devonian rocks are full of fish. Apart from that rare and publicised example of a living
Oh
fossil,
yeah,
such as
Sam
the
reminded
coelacanth,
me. I
the
found
existence of
that
vast
he has a
numbers of such
website.
creatures has been one of the best
He's
kept
still
professional
going
secrets
after
amongst the
this
world
whole
of those
thing.
who know
He's
about
also a
fossils.
massive homophobe.
It's been
Oh,
hidden
great.
in technical
That's
terms,
excellent.
disguised in scientific jargonese. If I was to
I bet fossils were never fucking gay.
and Rhizocrinus,
They're fucking gay homo fossils, mate.
in their evolution, the only impression I'd leave most of you with is that things are evolving.
I know why he hates homosexuals,
But what I
because
really
it's
said was that the common old
anti-evolution.
Port Jackson shark, which lives in the waters alongside the rather famous
Because
opera house
you can't,
in Sydney,
if
Australia,
they don't breed, then they
shows
don't
no
evolve.
evidence of evolving and never has.
And he's all about
Neither
evolving.
does the sea lily. They are both as stable and unchanging.
Gaydon,
as they've
a
always
strong
been.
delusion case.
What you're about to see on this program is a world full of creatures.
There's
whose
no
fossil
denying that
ancestors
this is
are as
already
easy to
starting to happen on the
recognise
Aussie
today
scene.
as they
In
ever
the
have
UK
been.
and throughout the
We
Western
still
world,
have the living
down under
descendants
gays
with
are
us.
deliciously
Actually,
gayful
I have some
over
dinosaur
government-approved
food
same-sex
today.
marriage legislation.
This is what I mean.
Despite the devastation
Great.
already brought about in
As easy
families
for
and
us to
marriages by the
recognise
promotion
as
of
they would have been for
homosexuality.
Triceratops.
Within a week of the glee that gays and politicians
Because we
sharing
have
pro-gay progress,
great leaf
front page
fossils
headlines
rocks
down under
as
began talking
dinosaurs.
about mature
And
adults
still
who
with
grow
us.
up not knowing they
They
were
show
gay,
no
and when
signs of ever
discovering this,
having
they
evolved.
divorced their previous
Great.
marriage partners to live
Tassel
with
ferns,
a lesbian
cycads,
partner.
and coelacanths
And how
are living
sad
fossils.
that such
So
partners
I
have
dare you to
now
think, as we look
died.
at the little known kingdom of living fossils, it will shape your views on the evolution of life on this planet. And this tree hasn't evolved either. And the birds love to flock into the huge branches of this tree, which is native to Moreton Bay on the east coast of Australia. And what are they after? Well, the ground is covered with them. These things.
What?
Figs.
Oh,
Wild
great.
figs. For this is one of the many varieties of figs which is found throughout the world that man has
Yeah,
put to
these
use, from
fucking
laxatives
figs.
to cookies and desserts. Most people are familiar with the common Turkish fig, so you don't need much in-depth study to recognise this next fossil.
At least
That's
I
right,
wouldn't.
they're fig fossils, and figs have remained the same since they first appeared on this planet.
Checkmate,
They haven't produced any
atheists.
figs, except different varieties of figs. Fig fossils are found in what are commonly called Cretaceous rocks. That word is simply a Latin-based term. It was invented in 1822.
I love how, like, every time he says a big word, he's like, "Oh, that's
There's
just
such
a,
intermediate links.
that's just a fancy
Geology
scientist
assuredly
word.
does not
Don't be,
reveal
don't be,
any such finely graduated organic chain. And this perhaps is the most obvious and serious
the fucking
objection
word?
which can be
don't
urged
be
against the theory.
intimidated.
Darwin went on to hypothesize that the reason the evidence for his theory was missing was perhaps that the rock record was not good enough to preserve it. Well, we've had more than 130 years now since Darwin, and the fossils still do
Yeah, I
not show
remember
that life forms
Miller, I
have slowly
think.
changed from one type to another, and they certainly don't link all life forms back to
Hello,
a
I'm
common
David
star.
McGann.
The surprising thing is that the fact that fossils do not provide support for Darwin's evolutionary theory has been known since Darwin wrote the book. Yet for the past century, school and college textbooks
Can you
have been
show
full
us
of
Homo
statements that
erectus?
fossils are perhaps the best proof that Darwin was correct. The paradox is that the popularity of evolution has increased at the same time as the professionals have confirmed the complete absence of fossil proof for it. And what have they found? Evidence such as this.
Just
Any idea what it is? It's really the wing
a
of a
driveway.
monster, but a
It's
rather
a leaf.
common monster, as you'll discover shortly. The great-great-grandfathers of the rather fragile, delicate and beautiful little dragonflies that hover over the waterways of today's world.
And with
are
them,
little
we're going to
different their living
clone
descendants.
dinosaurs.
It doesn't matter how old
Oh,
you
yeah,
think
that's
the rocks are you
mosquitoes.
find fossil dragonflies in, you have little difficulty recognizing them. This fossil dragonfly, dug from Jurassic rocks of Bavaria, shows that dragonflies have produced copies of themselves over and over again. Jurassic rocks are named after the Jura Mountains that forms a border between France and Switzerland. Today, if you're studying rocks in
Look at
the
that old
USA
fucking
or
computer.
Australia or anywhere which has fossils similar to the Jura Mountains,
Man,
they're
technology's
given the
not going to
same
get much
name,
better than that, isn't
Jurassic.
it?
Dragonflies have made copy after copy stamped out of the same mould. The amount of stability involved in dragonfly reproduction through time is phenomenal. Dragonflies, like all other living fossils, have not evolved at all. And what was our monster? You may have guessed it by now, but the wing you were looking at before belonged to a long-dead dragonfly. It had a wingspan of at least 14 inches or 35 centimetres.
Oh, God.
And it was by no means among the biggest of the great-great-granduncles of the dragonfly. The record belongs
If
to
insects
a
were
creature
that
with the
big,
name
I'd be
of
fucking...
Meganura. Found in
I'd never leave
carbon-rich
the
shales
house.
of North America.
Oh, wait, I
It
live in
had a
Australia.
wingspan about 2/3 of a metre, between 2
That's
and
how
3
big
feet.
they are.
But don't worry, we found no fossil mosquitoes anywhere near that big. Dragonflies, like the cycad, the grape, the silverfish, the springtail and the tassel fern, belong to that fascinating class
Is
of
that his
living
actual
fossils.
desk, or is
They
this
show
just
no
for this
hint
video?
of having evolved from their basic form into anything else. And dragonflies were not alone in having giant ancestors. This
Crocodile.
fragment of a fossil tassel fern, called a lepidodendron or giant club moss, came from a plant known to have reached 114 feet or round about, despite the fact you've been
Leggy
told they
boy.
did. They're not even evolving resistance to poisons. All we've achieved by spraying them is to kill off the ones that don't have resistance, leaving those that were already resistant to our poison spray before we invented it. Exactly the opposite of what you'd expect if evolution were true. But this amazing array of living fossils is not confined to creatures which live on the dry land. Here on this rather muddy bottom of what can at high tide and on a sunny day,
So,
and by World War II, up to nearly 5 billion
Jesus
at
Christ,
present.
is your what?
But
Is
the
your
older
what?
you believe the rocks to be, the bigger problems your ideas on evolution encounter from creatures such as this lobster.
Fucking yabby, mate.
Periods of time, this is all lobsters, and their kin have
I-
evolved, then they're never going to get...
I once had a yabby
In the
nip
world
me.
for the past century,
It hurt.
we've been told that the history of life has been one of change. Simple things have become more complex. Ape-like creatures have somehow evolved into man. Teachers and textbooks have taught it. Museums have displayed
This
it.
guy isn't
and
making
fossils have
history
so often
interesting.
been presented as the best evidence for it. Yet the living fossils you have seen, from the humble jellyfish to the weird-looking horseshoe crab, through the trees and insects
Who
and
describes-
horseshoe crabs,
tell you
Casey.
something
Who
is
describes a
wrong.
Horseshoe-
jellyfish
Let's
as
test the skill.
humble?
Can you
But Casey,
recognize these
the
fossils?
horseshoe crab hasn't evolved. So explain that.
Yeah.
Creature.
It's one out of fucking
Anyone who has
millions.
studied
Explain it.
biology has heard of a man called Linnaeus. Actually, that's his Latinized name.
Oh
His
my
real
god.
name was Carl von
See,
Linné,
every time
a
it's,
brilliant Swede
it's
who
just
gave
like, that's not
mankind
his
the first
actual name.
scientific
His actual
system for
name
labeling
is
plants
some
and animals
fucking...
that worked.
His name's
This leaf,
Bruce.
for instance, comes from a plant which has been labelled ginkgo biloba. The name has two words in it: ginkgo, its genus name, and biloba, the species name. This double naming system, which Linnaeus invented, has proved an excellent way of making sure that everyone is talking about the same plant or animal, living or fossil,
or animal.
or like the ginkgo, a living fossil.
He looks like Bob
He's
Ross,
a
sounds like
cousin
Steve-O,
of
and
Ginkgo
yet is
Simonzi.
as entertaining as
But
neither.
Linnaeus' system was firmly based on his belief plants and animals do not
He doesn't
evolve
make
into
me feel
different
happy
kinds.
about being alive
Why did
like
Linnaeus
Bob,
believe this?
and he
Like all
doesn't make me
scientists of the
fascinated
time,
about
Linnaeus was
nature
firmly
like
convinced that
Steve
life had
Owen.
been specially created.
He's
In
just
fact, that's where
sitting
he got
there
his concept of species
talking.
from. Life was specially or specially made. Linnaeus alluded to the top. When it wants to sink, it pumps air out. You're quite right. That's how a submarine works, but man didn't think of it first. And just as you couldn't survive if you went to sea in a half-finished
Jesus.
submarine, neither could a half-finished Nautilus. Built into this shell is all the evidence that the first Nautilus appeared as a finished functional model. Its Silurian ancestor
I like how he
was so
describes
well
his
suited to doing the
animal,
Nautilus
a
thing,
furnished
it has remained the
functional
same
model
ever since.
of
Nautilus
a
has
fucking
never evolved from
crustacean.
anything else. It has been and is a fantastic
I wonder what it smells like.
self-replicator. Man has used
Ever
intelligence
smell
to
a
create an
preserved
artificial Nautilus,
starfish?
and we have called it a submarine.
And don't let
The
this
mankind
crustacean fool
submarine
you.
worked
She is
only
all
when we
one,
perfected
and a
the machinery.
crustacean
Submarines
drools
did
you.
not get here by chance. Chaos and accident did not produce them.
Mollusk.
Neither did they
Sorry.
appear by themselves. Because they
It's
are
my
not
favorite
machines
crustacean.
like watches. They are purely
Did you learn that
natural
word from
phenomena.
like a teacher or something?
this century
Oh
has
no, I
shown
heard it on
Hume was wrong.
Baywatch.
Not only does
Oh,
the smallest cell
cool.
in the simplest animal or plant contain far more complex
Looks like a
machinery
donkey.
than any man has invented, unlike the watch, which is
Ew.
a dead machine, the living machines, the plants and animals which inhabit this world can make copies of themselves and have done so very successfully. Fossils prove
It's
it
called
beyond
breeding.
the shadow of a doubt. And like the watch, the existence of such complex
Captain
living
Autism
machinery
to the rescue, thanks.
For the past 4,000 years or so, mankind has been trying to change various
Who was
animals
the
and
first
plants
person
for
who
human
decided
benefit.
they looked
We've
at a
used
cow's udder and was
crossbreeding,
like,
tricks
I want
of
to drink
lighting,
from that shit?
food and climatic changes to try and produce new plants and animals for our own use, plus sophisticated mutation-producing chemicals and radiation on creatures such as bacteria and fruit fly to try and force them to evolve. But all we've ended
Yes,
up
that's
with
what
is
they're
numbered
doing.
Bacteria.
Fucking
and
hell,
battered fruit
play
flies.
God.
The point is that 4,000 years of observation by intelligent man trying to change animals and plants are worth far more than 4 billion years of imagined evolutionary change, not based on any known case of an animal or plant altering into some other kind. Even our patented pigs, produced through genetic engineering, prove that you can only bring about the kinds of animals and plants you
Yeah,
want
don't
by
bite that,
playing
it's metal.
creator. The living fossil brine shrimp we've been growing in our test tube show, like all shrimp, no evolutionary change since shrimp were first fossilized. Neither do the finches which Darwin saw when he went to the Galapagos Islands. He suggested these finches had probably descended from finches that originated in South America. But it was and still is pure imagination to state that if finches from South America could produce some 14 different varieties of finches on the Galapagos Islands, then reptiles grew wings and turned into birds, and ape-like creatures could evolve
Ugh.
a brain and a voice box and stand around discussing the evolution of man. Finches are fact.
That guy looked like
The
he fought it.
evolution
He
of man
tried, he
is
tried to hold it
exaggeration.
in, the middle one.
Here's some. Up to this giant frog, which weighs in at 7 kilograms and has a hop of some 4 meters.
And
A
in this
Goliath frog from the
corner,
Cameroon swamps of Africa. Frogs, like bromeliads and a host of other creatures, from cycad and tassel fern to shells like lingula and oyster. Marine creatures such as the shark, through to figs and cockroaches, have only ever produced variations of their own kind. Time and chance have not been able to alter that. You and I are no exception. All the supposed evidence that man has evolved from some ape-like ancestor could be fitted into a single coffin with plenty of room to spare. Every recorded observation of man, living and fossil, tell us that people always produce people. Lighter ones or darker ones, those with heavy protruding eye ridges or those without, but always and only people. Man has never evolved from any other creature. Human
Wow.
DNA has such stability.
People.
wow. So he's trying to teach creationism and evolution in one? What? Like, what the fuck?
He's using evidence against you. Oh, but you accept this as fact, so, but what about this?
Wow. That was the first I've come across that. Something like that. Man. People have always made people. Beef skills? Oh no, we're going to jail. Yeah, I know what would improve your vision. Crappy quality VHS tapes. The text just gets smaller and smaller. I can't read this. I can't. Eyesight with Bethany Aldrich.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and if you're watching this video, chances are you don't like wearing your glasses very much. Well, a lot of people are like that, and the processes on this video are based on the method designed by Bates, and he was an optometrist back in the 1900s, and he realized that every time people came into his clinic, he had to give them stronger and stronger lenses. And what he found out from all his research was that there was no problem with the eye itself, it was just the muscles around the eye that needed the work. Now, if I sat in this chair for as long as you've been wearing your glasses, when I stood up, my legs wouldn't work very well. The same principle with glasses. If you put a piece of glass in front of your eye to do the work, then the muscles that are supposed to do the work don't.
Wow, she's
The
just
exercises
fucking
on this
burning
video
on all
are
the
designed
glasses
to help strengthen and
wearers.
restore your muscles to their original condition.
Fucking
Most
hell.
people are unaware that there's an alternative to wearing lenses. This method has been 100%
So how do you
successful for
explain
these
me
people,
where I
along with many
eventually had
others.
to get
And as you can
glasses?
see, age is no barrier.
You see,
Often
if
people
your
ask me,
vision's
"How long
going,
will it
just
be before I
squint
don't
a
have to
whole
wear my
lot.
glasses
Look
anymore?"
around, it'll help.
Well, it all depends. Just as there's no two people
Go
in the world,
surfing on her hair.
there's no two eye conditions the same either.
Because I didn't
So
need
just
glasses
go at your own
until
And what I
like my
suggest is
20s.
that you do what we call the quick set at least once a day, just like you were cleaning your teeth. Get into a habit. And remember, all these exercises
Why is
have
David
to be
Bowie
done
like
without
dreaming
glasses
about
or contacts.
optometry?
The
Pinholes.
first thing I'd like you to do
Oh,
is to
God.
take out the piece of black card that is shaped like these pinholes. Now pick something that you would have difficulty seeing clearly without your glasses.
My dick.
Hold the card by the tabs and place it over your nose as if it was a pair of glasses. And try to focus on the object you chose. They may take a couple of minutes to get used to. For a comparison, take the card away and try to focus without it. Then put it back again, and so forth. This is to show you that it is still possible for your eyes to see without your glasses or contacts. Whatever you can see with these, you are seeing with your eyes, not having a piece of glass seeing for you. Now please
Who need-
pause the video and use the
And there's
card for a few
fucking
minutes.
people with a broken leg. You don't need a fucking
Dave
crutch.
says
You
the
don't
single
need
most
that.
important exercise you can do to heal your eyes
Fucking just walk
is
on your
called
broken
palming.
leg. You know.
I'll
You
demonstrate
can
it now.
do
It's
it.
very simple, so just watch me first. To palm, first close your eyes and then put the cupped palms of your hands over the eyes so they fit comfortably and so no light gets in. Where it just feels right. Then you put it onto the desk or your knees and just focus on the blackness you can see on the inside of your closed eyelids. Now, very important, don't push on the eyeballs at all.
Oh, I'm
All the
pushing.
weight of the head is caught in the part of the hand holding the forehead or the very heel part of the hand that's resting on the cheekbones. You should just be able to feel the heat from your palms as they touch your eyelids, but no pressure. Now you try it.
So look, take the pressure down.
The
I
main
see it
healing part
rising.
of this exercise is the focus of the mind.
Tracy
Don't think
Mann's
about things
career
that will
really went
stress you out.
downhill. Who's
Just
Tracy
let your
Mann?
mind wander to something really pleasant for you.
It's just sitting on this. By the way, if you're watching this video with glasses on, fuck you.
So that's palming. It's very relaxing and soothing.
Oh my god. Is this
If you
ASMR?
find your vision's a little blurry now, that probably means you've been pushing too hard on your eyeballs.
Fucking
And just
idiot.
notice that, it will correct. Now, if you find at any time during this program your eyes becoming uncomfortable or strained, I want you to stop the video and do some palming. The exercises on this video are divided into 4 sections. The first section is called the quick set. The second section is called the long set.
The quick sets?
The third section is called continual. The last section is called eye games.
Eye games. Oh shit. We're gonna be able to put like a screen into our
first set is
eyeballs
called the quick
and just
set.
like fucking.
They take about
Play
10 or
the
15
video
minutes,
games.
and you can do them every morning when you get up, and last thing at night
Oh,
before you go to
this is
sleep.
fucking fun,
they
dude.
can become a habit,
Check it
just
out.
like cleaning your teeth. Now the first 4 are for the neck muscles. And
Yeah,
that's
I wouldn't know
because
who that
to heal
is.
your eyes,
Pediatrician
you need to
Troy.
keep the blood flowing up to the optic nerve from the back here. Now, if you hold tension in the back of your neck, you need to do these exercises. And back, relax. 7, keep it smooth.
Oh god.
Sunning is simple.
Sunning.
Go outside, close your eyes and
Look at the sun.
Then slowly move your
Stare
head
at
from
it.
side to side to let the sun play over your eyelids. Bates says to do this for 10 minutes 3 times a day if you can. It's highly recommended to alternate sunning with palming because the eyes are going from extreme brightness
What is this
to
like
extreme
new age
darkness,
medical
which
mumbo
encourages the
jumbo
pupil.
bullshit?
Bates says you should read every day without glasses or contacts. Start with large print books and gradually work your way down. Blinking at the end of each line is extremely beneficial. If it's blurry, don't worry. If you can make out the letters, that's good enough. Try this exercise. Hold it for anyone who finds it hard to change
What's the
focus
tumbler
from near
palming?
seeing to far distance.
I don't
Noticing
get the
every
joke.
detail you can, lettering, colours, scratches, dints, etc. Try to remember as much detail as possible.
So is it dints
Now
or
just
dents?
close your eyes and only sockets that you can feel around the eyes.
Ah, I'm gonna
Press
massage
firmly
all
and
my
rub in small
sockets.
circles as you go. This gets the blood flowing to and around all the tiny little muscles in the area to free them up.
Ram Ranch.
We massage other parts of our
I
bodies,
still haven't looked
but
up
seldom
Ram
our
Ranch.
eyes.
I
Yet
don't
they
know what the
work all
meme
day,
is.
every day for us. Continue with your thumbs along under the eyebrows and right down to the bridge of your nose.
Her chin is weird.
First, relax your left arm, and with your right arm, reach across your body over your shoulder and grab the muscle there and drag it forward.
What does this have to do with eyes?
Your grip should be... The following games are excellent for improving the vision. Dominoes,
games.
because
There we
the
go.
others constantly need to track and search for the correct
What can
amount
we
of
play?
dots. Backgammon and other dice games, as they
Gammon.
provide colourful shapes for right brain stimulus
What
as well as
about
dice which
points?
tumble and stop,
It's
so
not
the eye
my
must follow blurs.
Back.
Cards,
Come
particularly
on,
any form of
24
patience or solitaire.
points.
These games involve a lot of scanning of large areas of coloured shapes and numbers. This nose pencil, only this time we
Ooh,
draw
etching.
long straight edges, such
Etching.
as doors, windows,
Oh,
the ceiling,
that,
etc.
isn't
and
that
further
bad
away.
for your eyesight though?
Again, it is important to move your head and pretend
It makes
you
your
trace
your
the
palms
long
all
straight
all
line.
hairy.
The exercises that you find the most uncomfortable to do are an indication of those muscles which
She
need
looks
the most
she
work.
looks like the
So
fucking
keep them
kazoo
moving.
kid. Wait a minute. Who are you?
This is the end of the exercises. Now you're well on the way to healing your eyes. Please review this video regularly. Relax and remember, these
Oh,
exercises
dude, we should
only
send
work
this
if
to
you
the
do.
nostalgia critic, dude. He'll review it. You know, with his fucking
I highly
skits.
recommend the following two products as aids to better eyesight. Pinholes to help the transition from your current lenses to no lenses at all, and bilberry extract to provide nutrition to
An
help
alternate
maintain
title for this
strong,
video
healthy
is how to
eyes.
look like you're tripping out on drugs in public.
Bilbo!
Legolas! Gandalf! You see, the companies that sell glasses, they don't want you to see these tips. They want to sell you glasses. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna throw them fucking shit out. The computer tutor tape. Kindergarten. Don't worry, it's not 10 people is private enough. Yes. Get rid of your eyes, you don't need them.
Welcome to tape number 1, Computer Kindergarten. On this tape, you'll soon learn the basics of computers and how to use DOS and Windows. Sit back and watch the computer tutor tapes at your own pace. To find or review a certain topic,
And before
just
you
check
watch
the index card
this
and quickly
tape,
go to just the right place on the
use
tape.
the
Use
VHS
on-screen
tutor
locator
audio
window
cassette.
to fast forward or rewind to just the right place. Now here's
I
the
got my
computer
Dr.
tutor
Pepper
herself,
and
Kim
popcorn. I'm ready to
Commando.
watch.
Welcome to Tape 1 Computer Kindergarten. I'm Kim Commando. And if you're like
Wow,
most people, you may be looking at a computer the same way a caveman
That's
did.
a real name,
It's
by
all
the
new
way.
For the
Commander.
first time. It
Oh,
looks
yeah,
good. A lot of
with a
people
K.
are using it. But what is it anyway? What does it really do?
And that's why
Watch
everything's
my
spelled
tapes
with
and you'll
K's
be
on
in the
this video.
driver's seat with 4 wheels underneath you. We cover a lot of topics, so keep the lesson
What is
card
this
handy
timer?
that was packaged with the tape.
Everything's
The counter on your
time-coded.
screen now is like a highway mile marker. The number matches the one on the lesson index card. When
Why
you
does
want to
it
review
start
a
at 1
subject
hour?
or move forward to see another, just match the number on your television screen with the number on the card. And I want you to keep in mind throughout all our lessons that it's not important for you to know exactly how a computer works to use one. I mean, you know what this is. It's a VCR, and with it you can play movies and tape your favorite shows. How do you do it? You press a button. And what happens when you press the wrong button? Does it blow up?
Yes.
No, you just press the right button again. And it's the same thing with a computer. Now, the computer you're learning about is called a personal computer, one-person personal computer. And they come in all kinds of shapes and
Don't you
sizes,
dare
but
use a
basically
computer with two
there's
people
two
at once.
types.
Don't even
What
try.
you see here is called a laptop
Does anyone here
computer,
still have a
and you can carry
VCR?
these around. We also hear it called
Yes.
a notebook or
It's right
portable
down there.
computer. And then there's also a desktop computer that can sit on top or
I mean, it
underneath
wasn't plugged
the desk.
in, I just showed
Now,
to
no
you.
matter what the size
I've got the
computer
remote.
is, you can do all kinds of things.
Someone
with
called it a
like
vinyl
do
player.
draw
I play
charts,
my
and
vinyls.
pictures, your budget, your homework, your office work. Anything that you can do on paper.
I've had
you can
a
do on
VHS
computer,
hooked up
only
to my
easier
computer
and faster.
for
Now,
like
this is the
8
computer,
years or
and it's
so.
covered up by a case, but that shouldn't bother you because you can't see inside a TV, stereo, or VCR either. This is the back of the computer. and we
You
put
don't.
all the
You're
other parts of the computer,
intimidated by the computer because
hardware,
you can't
into the
see
back
what's
of
inside the
computer.
box.
Now, hardware is kind of a special type of term. It's all the parts of the computer that you can
As a
touch.
tall ass fucking
Now,
tower.
you also need
Dude, check
something
out my
called
gaming
software
rig.
that makes the hardware go round, but we'll see that later. Let's start at the top with the monitor. It looks like a TV, but it's not a TV.
It's not
You can't
TV, you
use it as
fucking
one
pleb.
without some expensive extra gear. You also hear a monitor called the screen or the display. On almost every monitor, there's two buttons underneath. Now you can adjust these so that you can see the
Two
characters on the
contrast
screen better.
knobs.
On the other side of the monitor, there's normally two cords that come out.
That's an
One
obscure
goes right
reference.
into the computer, and you can tell where it goes by looking at the edge of it and
Ah.
trying to match it here. Where does it go? Well, it's easy to see. It goes right here where it says video, and you just push it in there. Now, the
She's
other
having a
cord
hard time
outside
getting
the
that in.
monitor needs to give the monitor power, just like a TV, but I don't want you to plug it into a regular socket. Get one of these, a surge protector. It protects your computer from power surges because of storms or what have you.
Yeah, when I
And
was
they're
in
not very
Texas, a
much money,
fucking
and it's
storm
like an
started
insurance
out
policy.
and a surge went
This
through
is the computer keyboard, and with it, we type just like on a
fucking
typewriter.
Rainbow Fly's
but there's
house,
some
and
more
it
keys.
crashed my
On
fucking
the
laptop.
right-hand side is what's called a numeric keypad,
I'm-
which is great for when you need to type
I'm
in a
amazed
bunch of
it didn't
numbers.
just
It's
break
like
the
an adding
thing,
machine.
but it crashed it.
We use the keyboard to tell the computer to do things that are shown on the monitor. The keyboard, guess what, needs to get plugged into the back of the computer too. Now it's easy to see where this one fits. There's only one place. It goes right here where it says keyboard, and you just put it right in there, and you're all ready to go.
I remember
Also,
PS2
aside
sockets.
From a keyboard, a lot of people are using these nowadays. And this is called a mouse. It kind of looks like a mouse.
It doesn't squeak.
But it doesn't replace the keyboard. It works with the keyboard. And where does this go? You got it. It goes right in the back of the computer too, so you
No,
can
that's
use
not
it.
weird.
Where do you think it goes?
Tentacular.
Right here where it says COM1. And then what you do is just put it in there like you do with the monitor. See
Dude,
how
are you going to
easy it
screw
is?
those little
I mean,
things
they
in,
all
or are
kinda
you just
work
going
the
to keep
same.
blue
Now, what
balling
good
this?
is having all this information inside the computer if you can't get it out and put it on paper? So what you need
Yeah.
is something called a printer.
Unless it's
Now, there's
physical,
all
it's
different
completely
kinds of
fucking
printers out there,
useless.
but it all depends upon how good
Well,
what
back
your
then
work
it would
looks
be,
like
but yeah.
when it's out on paper, whether or not it prints in color and how much money
You
it
need
is.
hard
Now, you've
copies.
probably figured
Yeah.
out by now that we need to connect certain parts to the computer in order to use
Oh
them.
my god.
And guess what? There's a cable for this too. but
Guess what?
You knew that. I know you did. And if you look at the edge of the cable or the back of the cable, now this one's not hard to figure out because most of the spots are already filled in. But this is really easy because it says LPT1. That's really short for line printer 1. And all you do is just put it
A
in there
layman
like you
couldn't
did the
figure
other.
that out. LPT1.
Now what? We got another side of the cable left. We got to put that in the printer, which is a piece of cake. On the back of the printer, you normally see where this cable goes to. And again, it's easy for this. All you got to do is just
That's
match
an
it
old
up.
fucking
Take a closer look, and you can see that it will
Holy-
fit in real
holy shit.
nice. Then you just
Life
put
pro
it in
tip
there in
one.
the back of the printer.
It nails though.
And see these metal clips?
Oh yeah.
That's
She's
it.
definitely
That's all
doing
you gotta do.
ASMR.
She
Now, there's
clipped
one
it,
more
Casey.
thing inside the computer you should know. It's all those
She actually,
numbers
like,
that you hear
secured
thrown
that
around
one.
in computer advertisements and in conversations. The 286, 386, 486 Pentium. Well, all it is tells you how new the computer is and how much money it costs. If you're an engineer running the latest and greatest in graphics and engineering software, maybe you need a 486 or Pentium. If you're just doing word processing, a 386 or even a 486 is just fine. Buying a computer is just like buying a car. Both are a mode of transportation or get you from point A
my
to point
new
B.
laptop
But
has
with a
fucking.
computer,
And sometimes
you
to
need
see.
buy
My
the
new
software
laptop's got
first
like
and then the
Raid
hardware.
on
I put
Ryzen. I
this
don't fucking
computer
know what it
together
is.
here.
Casey,
The monitor,
it's
the
like a
keyboard,
car
the
that takes you to
mouse,
point
and
A
this
to
is the
point B,
computer
and the
right
point
down
C on
here.
weekend.
If you take
Yeah.
a look, these are called disk drives. The disk drive on the top is called the A drive. The disk drive on the bottom, well, it's the B drive. You put
I always
floppy
associated
disks
D drive
inside
with the disk
drive,
drive and
just like
C with the
videotapes go in a VCR. Can you
the
tell which one goes where?
hard drive.
It's
Casey,
easy.
can you tell?
This is a 5 1/4 inch
Yeah.
disc.
You have to fold it up
Put
to
it
fit them in
inside
the
the
new
disk
slot.
Yes.
drive. You just slide it in. It's that easy.
I
This
prefer
is a
the bigger
3
ones
1/2
because
inch
they hold
floppy
more
disk,
memories.
and it goes in the same way. You may have noticed
But
something
you have to
about
fold
that
them up
5
to fit them in the
1/4
new
inch floppy
fangled
diskette.
computers.
It looks like something took a bite out of it. Well, it
Hey!
didn't. This is called the Write Protect notch. And when it's covered up, you can look at the information on the disk, but you can't touch it. And I'm sure you figured out that the 3 1/2 inch
Well, you can
floppy
copy
disk
it.
probably has the same thing, but you don't have to use stickers. See this tab?
Latest and greatest,
Just
top of
move
the
it,
line,
and when the
3
hole's
megabytes
open,
of storage.
You can look, but you can't touch the information on the disk. Now there are lights
could
on
physically
floppy
touch
disk
it and
drives
then
that go
damage
on
it,
when the
but-
computer is using the disk in the drive. When the light is on, never take out a floppy disk. You could damage that way. And you need to make sure you buy the right disk for your computer. Inside the computer is a special disk drive. You can't see it because it's inside, and it's called Drive C. It's like someone took all these floppy disks and squashed it flat as a pancake and put it inside the computer so you can use it. I have a tip for if you're out there buying a computer, I want you to buy one with the biggest hard disk you can find. Software makes hardware something other than a big paperweight. Like there's all kinds of music, there's all kinds of software. There's 2 general types
Remember
of software.
downloading
the first one
music?
is operating system software, and don't let the words throw you, the disk
man,
operating system.
Spotify is a
All it does is
godsend.
let the second type of software, the applications, work. You need to know a little bit about DOS,
A
but
big
first let's talk
hard
about
disk.
how the information is organized in your computer. A computer is nothing other than one big filing cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
Both hold
1
information with drawers that are
million
specific to what is
filing
inside.
cabinets.
Like it's easy to find your keys when you know where they are. Inside the drawers there are folders, and inside the folders, well, there's files.
I think
The drawers inside your
we get
computer
it.
are called directories. The file folders, subdirectories. And inside are all the files. To put information inside your computer, you have to save it. Unless you save it, it's all gone. Now, to make files and put them inside your computer, you either save it with software programs or you put software programs inside your computer. To name your files, there's some pretty strict rules, like you only get so much room on the
8.3.
label. The first 8 characters in a file name, then you get 3 characters after that. But you have to
8.3,
separate
that's all
the
you
8
get.
and the 3
Wow.
with a period.
Yep.
Now you can use letters and numbers in a file name.
Now you
but
can
here's a
use as
list of
much as you
special
want.
characters that you
Illegal!
can't use. If you do use these characters, the computer
Oh,
will
I got
give you
in
an
red,
error
like
message
fucking,
and
don't
ask you to
you
use a
fucking
new
dare to
file
do
name.
this.
How many of those could use now? Can you use quotes yet?
I feel I'm walking on sunshine.
And now we're going to talk about DOS, the disk operating system. It's there when you turn on your computer. That's called booting. It's like the computer picked itself up by its own bootstraps. When you
What?
turn
You
on
mean
a
it just-
computer, you hear
it
some
just gets
fan,
turned
or
on,
some
okay, just
beeps,
say
some
that. It
rattling
doesn't
noises.
pick
It's
itself
all
up.
normal. When everything's all said and
Yeah,
done,
when it
you
boots
end
up,
up at the
Casey.
DOS prompt where you do 2 things. You type in
puts
an
its boots
English-like
on.
sentence or a command
just more
that lets you
confusing.
work with the files in your computer, or you start a software program. Let's start
Windows
with the
Destruction
commands.
episode is
now,
really
the letter
long.
C tells me that I'm
to
using the
install
C
some,
drive
like-
or the computer's hard disk.
Oh,
If it were an
yeah,
A, I'd
Proto.
be using the floppy disk drive, but it all works the same. The blinking line is the cursor at 5 o'clock. It thinks it's January 1st, 1980, and President Carter's in office. If you want to check that
Yes, the
change,
computer
date-
literally thinks President Carter's in office. Oh dear. You ask the computer, "Hey, computer, who's the president?" JB, type.
Computer, just type in date and press enter. Now,
Whoa!
that's not the current date, but I'm just going to move forward.
Oh, man.
Check the time.
As the
To check the time, just type in time, press enter, and
if it
tells
goes
you
past
what the
that year,
computer thinks
oh,
is
it's
the
going to
current
explode.
time. Here I can change it.
Remember the
or I can
Millennium
just
Bug?
accept it by pressing enter.
Remember that
now,
shit?
you should know that the computer keeps time on a 20.
Remember all that shit?
My name, press enter, and now it will ask me if I want to format another diskette. I'll type in no because we got a lot to do. Now you can inside your.
Would you like to take a moment to register
for that
me?
asterisk, TXT.
I said later.
What this does is it finds all the files in my computer with a TXT extension, and it sure beats looking
Y2K,
through
baby.
papers in a
I
filing
had
cabinet.
a T-shirt as a kid
Renaming
that
a
said
file is another handy
Y2K,
command,
just another day.
which is moving in.
I was proud of it because
Press
it had like a
enter,
cool
and it's
guy on it with a
copy
backwards
is
cap.
right there. When you're done reading, press the Alt key, the F, and the X, and you're right back at the DOS prompt. And congratulations, that's it. You just learned DOS. See how easy? It's not tough to use a computer, and nothing even blew up.
Windows. Oh, thank God they invented Windows.
What would you say if I told you that the computer will actually clean up your desk? This is the way that my desk used to look. I had a Rolodex that kept all my names and
typewriter.
addresses, a calculator to do addition and subtraction, a calendar to keep all my
I once
appointments,
wrote a letter
a
with the
trusty
typewriter,
to type all those letters and reports.
and I sent it
had
to
glue,
Disney,
erasers,
and I got
scissors,
an
rulers,
automated
and
reply.
don't forget the whiteout. But we always needed a clock, so this way we knew what time it was. Well, with a program called Microsoft Windows, it makes
Jump
it
cut.
easy and fun to use a computer because everything's in pictures. Everything's in reach. The stuff in my desk.
I don't
want to
use Windows. It's like, you know,
everything happens. You guessed it.
It's just
in
a
a
fucking
window.
children's
Here, I'll show
picture
you.
book compared
the whole
to
screen
a
is
novel
one
of
big
DOS.
window. When you can see inside a window, like the games window, it's open. When you can't see inside a window, like the windows along the bottom,
What's your game
they're
of choice
closed.
there in the chat?
When you first start Windows, the
Minesweeper
program manager
or
welcomes you.
Solitaire?
He's like the head waiter in a restaurant.
I'm getting a
and
seizure
each
right now.
window is a different menu you can select from. You can pick a menu to choose from with either a mouse or a keyboard. Now you can use just a keyboard, but a mouse makes it so much easier.
She was like,
Now this is a
fucking
mouse.
crazy.
It looks like a regular mouse, except for there's two buttons on the top. To hold the mouse, you cradle your hand above it, put your index finger on the
You
left
have to
mouse
be-
button, your middle finger on the right
Who
mouse
would need to
button,
be taught
your
how to
thumb
hold a fucking
and your ring
mouse?
finger hold the
There's no
mouse
other
in
way to
place.
hold it. You just put your hand
Now,
on
as
it.
you move the mouse to the left, the mouse pointer on the screen moves to the left too.
No, you
Move
pick
to
it
the
up and you
right
go,
in circles, and the
"Hello,
mouse pointer
computer."
moves the
Hello,
same way.
computer. Fuck, my
Now,
mouse
there's
Hello,
a
is too.
couple of
computer.
mouse
My
commands we need
mouse
to know
cable's
about.
not long enough.
This is called pointing.
Computer.
I'm pointing
Kill
on the
Ned
game Solitaire
Flanders.
with my mouse pointer.
Okay, good.
There's
Now
also
finish the
click.
job.
And to click the mouse, what you do is press and release the left mouse button one time. Double click, you push and release the left mouse button 2 times quickly,
I don't know what double means. Can you please explain
and
it?
it uncovers the card. We're going to point and click
What
on
was
the
your
deck
deck of
to
choice
show
in
more
Solitaire?
cards. It's that easy.
"Bitch."
And it doesn't look like I'm going to win.
I don't know what
so
mine
I'm just
was.
going to end this game right now. And how do
I
you
always got
close
my.
the window?
I always watched my sister play Solitaire
You got
because
it?
she could actually
So
beat
you
it,
may
and the
never
cards
use
would
a
do that
typewriter
thing.
again after I
And I'd be
show you
like,
this
"Wow!"
program. It's called
Or
Write,
like she'd
and it's
call
a
me up.
word
I
processing
finished the
program.
card game,
It's
and I'd
just
look,
like
run up
using
and
a
see the computer,
typewriter,
and the
only
cards
better.
go woo,
To
fill the
use the
screen. and I'm
program,
like,
I point
yeah.
on it, double click to start a software program, and I get a blank screen or like a blank piece of paper. When you need to copy something, hey, you don't need to type it again. All you do is
She
use
didn't
the
show
features of
Minesweeper
cut, copy, and
because
paste that
not
are
even
in
she
almost every
knows how to play
software.
She
Minesweeper.
showed
I want you to
Solitaire
play
because
around
it
with
shows
your
you how to
software
click and
program.
drag.
It's really neat. You're not going to hurt anything. And when you're all done,
Everyone does,
you
Lori.
point-
That's some
here's
of the
the
biggest
calendar,
nostalgic
which
memories
is like my
ever.
appointment book. Point and double click to start.
She's like, "Well,
Down arrow to
we'll
show
show
more
you.
file
We'll show
name.
you Solitaire because it shows you
Point
how to
and
click
click on the
drag."
file name that I want, which is KT, because it gets that file for me and tells me that's the file name I want. Point and click on OK, and I have the file right on my screen. Now, to use Paintbrush, I have all my tools right here. I'm going to
Point.
floppy disk in the A drive. When I drop the file there by releasing the left mouse button, the computer asks me, "Are you really sure?" Point and click
Sure.
on yes, and you see the light go on in the first floppy disk drive, or the A drive, because that's where we told it to go. Now, there's also other things that you can do in your filing cabinet with File Manager. Let's say
you want
and now
to
the
hide your
software,
porn.
it's going on my computer. What happens is it'll go through one diskette, two diskettes, until the software is all done. And as it gets ready to install, you may be asked for certain information, like your name and the serial number of the software. You can see WordPerfect is getting ready to be installed from the floppy disk to the hard disk. Now with WordPerfect or any other software you want to install, just follow the directions on the screen. After you install a new software
There's too many
program,
options for
hold
me.
it down
I'm
and
too
just
stupid.
move it.
Sorry.
It's that easy. But look at these windows. I can't see what I have on my desktop.
Yeah.
To clean it up,
My
watch this.
younger brother
I
actually
point
knows
and
how to
click
play
on window,
Minesweeper now, and he
point and
plays
click
it
on
constantly.
tile, and everything's
He's really
so
good at
neatly
it.
arranged. Now, a real important part of Windows is going out the same door you came in, and that's with the Program Manager up on top. Now, to exit Windows, and it's important that you do this before turning off your computer, as I point and click on File, I point and click on Exit. And it's important because this way the
remember
desktop looks like
exiting
this
Windows?
when you come back. If I point and click on OK,
Let's close Windows
I'm right
and go to
back at the
DOS.
DOS prompt. Wasn't that fun? Aren't computers easy? I mean, they're not tough. Anybody can
Yeah,
use a
he
computer.
did.
I mean, whether you're 8 or 80, I mean, the computer's wonderful. And you
Ages
just
8
saw
to
how
80.
Windows
Well, I'm out.
took all the stuff on my desktop and put it right here on my computer so I can use it quickly.
What's this
I mean,
system
you don't have to be a
32?
rocket
I
scientist to
can't
learn
use that
computers.
file.
And soon, we're going to use more programs, and you'll see everything else that you can do with a computer.
Hollywood, California. I've been there. Thrills and spills. That's what caught my eye. Wittingly or unwittingly feature on this video. Great game. Check that. All the horses walked away. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
I'm going to get my home.
Are we going to jail? Fuck, hang on. It's the police! You're watching VHS tape. Oh, shoot!
Julian Seaman on the Reverend Julian, who for 4 or 5 years has done so well here. This is...
Oh!
What a somersault!
What a somersault!
Oh, dear,
Oh,
dear.
my! Dear
And he
me!
bows out.
A fall like that can make a man lose his bottle, and it did.
Is he gonna purposely fall over? Nice fucking
Like
helmet.
quite a lot of event riders, the show jumping was not exactly my strong
He's fucking
point.
British as all
To
fuck.
sing horses like Milton, Japaloop, and Jem Twist can really take your breath away.
Milton. So is Milton a breed or Milton the horse? British Mega Mice. Simply the best! Better than all the rest. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. Remember Farlap? Who knows Farlap? Because we learned all about
Oh, hell, Milton! Better than any horse!
Milton, Milton, Milton.
Every word you say.
Every breath you make. I wanna be the very best, like Milton ever was. Better than. What is this? Like, is it gonna do something? Or are we just gonna cream over Milton?
This is the thrill spot.
Oh.
Watching someone at the top of the fucking game, Casey.
Alright.
Thrills!
Come on, people bought this for the spills.
A long way
the
there.
spills. What is this?
Young
Reggae.
man! We're doing some dressage, man! We're gonna have some jerk
I
horse!
expected to jump a fair on this one, and indeed we're about to see a real exhibition of show jumping.
So, did Milton get put out the stud yet?
Ahead of us.
Well, there's Irishman just jumping the second.
This is thrilling as fuck. Holy crap.
Expect an awful lot of. Just a little disappointed. Left a leg there.
Because it's
quite
British
safe.
and we're Australian, that's why.
But I know marker. And in fact, he's just about 4 or 5.
Du, 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 du. Okay. Yeah, so neither me or Reese didn't, but Media Treasure Trove found this apparently. Oh, look at that! Scaling! Okay, but has anyone been able to ride a horse around a loop? Now that would be impressive. That would be thrills.
Absolutely superb bit of riding. Well, if you thought that was impressive on the cross-country course, what about bareback puissance over fences bigger than this?
Oh, I used to be able to ride bareback. We had a horse at my parents' farm. And I could just jump on the horse and just fucking ride it around. It was good fun.
Let's see that again.
Whoa! And the spine goes right into his pelvis.
Let's see that again.
Bareback means you don't have a saddle or reins. You just jump on the horse and go. I could ride a horse like that.
Saddle ass.
Horses are better than dogs, yes. He's falling over! Oh! Good thing it's not actual brick.
Chan movie.
Oh, shit! Oh, whoa! Watch out!
Oh, shit!
Robert, your mammy wouldn't be proud of you
That's
for that.
funny, Laurie.
Well, at least...
Hang on, did we get...
Robert, your
Oh, look
He's
at
picking his
that!
mammy wouldn't be
nose!
proud of you for that.
Well, at least when you make a mistake show jumping, the poles come down. But for eventers on the cross-country, they don't have that luxury.
Very well, clear and fast to date as she comes to the sunken road on Mr. Minstrel. Oh, and he's got a stride in where he shouldn't have done in the middle.
Oh!
Poor Rachel Bayliss. This is John Conathay from Scotland.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He's gone
we
very
got
well,
it.
but he's not now. He's down. Very unfortunate. Country dancer coming to the vicarage.
Country dancer.
Corner caused troubles here.
Lady Emma Williams.
Corner.
I remember when you weren't fucking allowed to make money from
Felicity
YouTube.
Hill.
That you just, if you were found to be making any kind of money, then you got banned, basically. In fact, if your video, in the early days, if your video did really well, YouTube themselves would send you some money, like maybe 50 bucks.
Poor Claire, buys a bit of badminton dirt.
Oh!
And I'm afraid just tips Rachel off.
Man, look how local these fucking events are.
In 16, horse 60 has had a fall.
It's had a fall. Horse 6. He hit
Eric
the
Duvin
wood.
had no chance of staying in the plate there, but some major championships can be won on stickability and just a little bit of luck.
Stickability.
The time is good. Wants to be by 10:30, so that's all right.
Fight back!
Oh, and he's done exactly what Sir Waddy did. Well, there we were talking of stickability, and you've seen it again.
Dick!
Goes in.
Stickability, that's the
Now look at his
beauty
front
of
legs. They just
gas.
don't bend at all. Absolutely stopped in his tracks, and Ginny could have only seen the dirt.
Look at
but
him
she stays
ragdoll.
there, and she's still on target.
And she's still ticking!
On to the bank. Oh, where's he going? Well, he's missed. I don't know whether poor Sarah Gordon's got any say in this at all.
I'm going my own way.
It is.
Yes, I!
Mainstay of the Brit-
Wait, this guy. Watch this guy. Watch this guy.
Yeah.
Whoa! Head over heels.
Mainstay of the British team for so many
Andre
years.
guy.
But the young Andy guy his ride today.
Andy guy.
And he was very lucky.
Lucky.
Now the lake that provides so much drama.
I love
and
the
excitement.
announcers.
Oh,
So British.
And Peter is in terrible trouble on office level. Still.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Well, we expect this in the circus ring. But
Get
he's
on,
still
dude.
there, and he won't incur penalties.
Get on.
We expect this in the circus.
Oh, oh my! We didn't prepare for such excitement out here.
He was ninth equal at the end of dressage. This is the moment for him to push the pressure on and catch up. Oh, that was sticky. He backed off that, and he very nearly got his hind legs in the ditch.
Madeline Gurdon at her first badminton on the family favourite, the dancing into the quarry. A very nasty
Oh,
moment,
my.
beautifully recovered.
Oh,
Now that was
Nasty
her
oh.
Well, Ian Stark going very nicely with himself. We
So what?
hope that he's up to that optimum time.
Oh my God! Oh, oh.
On the buckle. Oh,
My word!
Yes, he had a lucky moment there, didn't he? But we've got to have a bit of luck in this game, or we
Yes, yeah, a very lucky
He
moment.
just tried to take a stride. It's a very long bounce in between the fences. It's 4 and a bit yards, and he takes a little tiny stride and hasn't enough room to get his front legs out in time. Ian sensibly lets him have his head. And
I want to see someone like completely front flip
From
over
New
that.
Zealand, Mark Todd, and a
New Zealand.
he's so nearly done. He jumped right across that footbridge, which is really impressive when you see it on feet, and he got away with it and going a great gallop on this Southern Comfort that he only bought 3 months
God,
ago.
I love
What a
British
great effort.
people.
This is only the 3rd time that he's ever ridden in a 3-day event. Hugh Sufford on Madrigal for Ireland. He's already had 1 refusal, and he very nearly had a ducking, and he's still in trouble. But he's taking
He's
the
like
easy way out
trying
of the
so
lake,
hard to find the
left-hand way
words.
over the upturned boat. And oh, he's gone! No! It's 64s if he touches the ground. Will he get back? Yes, he's made it. Cheers for the crowd.
Cheers for the crowd.
His seat.
This is amazing. Oh, watch out! Ooh, bash the knee. Oh, this is one of those "you are the star" things. Oh shit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the You Are the Star premiere.
That's right, Candy.
I haven't seen
And
a
look,
real one of
here
these.
comes the star now.
Oh my god.
What a special night. It's so exciting.
Someone should make a modern one of these, like as a parody.
Now let's go inside for the
Like a full
show.
one.
My favorite food is McNuggets.
Like someone could submit to a YouTuber their face and a voice clip, and they can just be put into these pre-made things. Benjamin starring in. This is just Jib Jab. Yeah, it's proto Jib Jab. Erica and Dean, you need to be
Our
quiet.
story begins with the liftoff of rocket ship XYZ. Its mission? To explore the planet Toon, located 1.5 million zillion minutes away in the animation galaxy. But what makes this flight different from every other flight? It's the first child ever to be launched into space.
Well, Commander Amazing, if you're ready, we will begin the launch sequence.
This is really
10,
reaching
9,
these things.
8, 7,
Oh my god.
6,
Look at that major animation.
Oh my god.
3, 2,
Look at the gradients.
0, ignition, blast off!
Salmon your zipper.
Reese, XYZ. May I zinc your sniffer? That's how you control it. I have no idea what I'm doing. So he said it was a zillion million minutes away. So it's not a length away. It's actually going to take a zillion minutes to get there. So you wouldn't be able to make it. He died on the way back to his own planet.
Stop wiggling it around.
Boing, boing, boing.
Now that Amazing has landed on the planet Toon, the mission will begin. Yet unknown to the commander, behind a rock are 2 aliens waiting.
Oh my god.
I think I'll shoot the idling with my ray gun.
Are they Jewish?
You don't know what'll happen.
Why is the purple one
Come
Jewish?
on, please, please, please.
All right, Don't be such a baby.
Meow, that's right.
Wow.
Oh, he's dead.
What do I think the budget for this
And
was?
that's what
Probably
happened.
about
As
28
the ray
bucks.
hit Amazing and mixed with the red blood cells, a change
$1
occurred. The commander was no longer human, but a superhero. Amazing Kid.
This is very convoluted.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking?
Let's get out of here.
This mute kid is flexing his muscles at us.
Now, with many superhuman powers, Amazing
They see
Kid
it.
must return to Earth and put right what is wrong. To fight for truth, justice, and the environmentally conscious way.
Ah, yes.
You gotta
The
teach
90s.
environmental consciousness.
Meanwhile, back on Earth, hiding out somewhere in the city, is Professor Nasty.
What can I do for fun today?
I wonder where this kid is today.
Look around me. I have everything I can want. Yet I want
You
more. I
idiot!
don't want to pay for it.
Pretty
I
sure
want to
it's Shazam.
steal it. I know. I rob a bank. Haven't done that in a long time. Yes, I rob a bank.
He's out of breath. Really out of breath.
Hello, Rocco. I want you, Moose, and Big Mo to rob a bank today. Yes, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Okay, first I want you to go down there, and then we can go out.
Hey, Big Mo, who's the geek? I don't know, Moose, but it looks like a kid. Monkey pajamas! Yeah, I'll take care of the brat.
What's happening?
Professor
What's
Nasty,
happening?
who gave this guy a PhD.
Okay, my toys.
What? Why is it out of sync? It was like this on the tape.
A daring bank robbery attempt took place. 3 men were captured. The robbers were found by police knocked out in front of the bank building. An eyewitness said she saw a child dressed in red with a yellow cape stop the 3 men.
This
Then the child
animation
flew away.
is
The evil Professor Nasty is believed to be behind the robbery attempt. In other news, there's a
Waboo.
This is bad. This isn't good. I don't like this one little bit. How can I be Professor Nasty if my men can't even rob a bank? Oh well, on to my next evil deed. I think I'll crash a plane.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
Flight 768, this is the tower. You're about 15 minutes from landing. What is your altitude status now?
Wow.
Williams, we've lost all engines. I repeat, we've lost all engines and we're dropping fast.
He's a domestic fucking
Look at
terrorist.
the loop. It loops. Watch. It loops. It loops really badly.
Williams, this is Flight 768. We've regained our altitude.
Wow, he's
and
just
are
fucking
leveling off.
huge.
Flight 768! What happened? You may not believe this, but a flying kid in a red suit flew underneath us, and I don't know, but he's holding us up. All right, 768, you're clear to land.
I'm gonna crash a plane. What a funny prank.
Now that Amazing Kid has foiled Nasty twice, the evil professor has decided to carry out his most horrendous plan ever.
This guy's
He's going
not
to
fucking
blow up
around.
the World Peace Center.
The World Peace Center? No! Help, save us, whatever the kid's name was.
Yep, it's gonna blow up any moment now.
World Center of Peace. Oh my god! Wow, that was a powerful dynamite stick.
No, it's back. It's fine.
Oh,
And this was the scene today downtown as this child pushed the World Peace Center back to its
Don't
proper
show us.
position.
So you found me. Well, I'm gonna stop you.
He's got a picture of himself looking
Oh my
mad.
God.
Oh.
You'll protect yourself with a force field trick.
Yeah, that old trick. Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh. I'm gonna come. He's
Listen
orgasmo.
to me, Amazing Kid. I'll be back. I promise you, I'll be back.
Wow.
Now that Amazing Kid has put Professor Nasty behind bars, everything is good. Wrong! Heading towards Earth from
Wrong!
the
Wrong!
aliens. Their mission, to take over the planet Earth.
Attention, people of Earth. We're here to take over your planet.
Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Question mark?
Guess you'll have to buy another tape. Bonus feature. Making the tapes. This is how much little effort we put in.
Please direct your attention to high above the stage.
Pay $24.95 to see what happens next.
Kids, don't try this at home. Look at him go. He's a shooting star.
Is this how they make it? Really?
Look, everyone, he's going Nova.
He's going Nova. You're all dead.
Isn't this incredible? I've never seen anything like this before.
No splash at all. It looks like Pac-Man. He's like Pac-Man and Rystar.
Hello, everyone. I'm You Are the Star, and I want to turn you into a cartoon video star. Hey, Wheelie, can you help me?
Stop kissing me. I told you it makes me uncomfortable.
And we'll travel to my cartoon video production studio at Sentimental Journeys. Okay, Wheelie, let's go.
Cuphead Jib Jab Edition. He sounds like Kenny.
Be a cartoon video star. Fly through the air or race
They just wanted to make the tape look longer.
fish or land on Mars.
Oh god.
Dreams come true with You Are the Star.
Now anyone can be the star of their very own cartoon with You Are the Star personalized cartoon video adventures. With just a photo, you can become a cartoon character. So stay tuned and we'll show you how you can order your own personalized cartoon today.
Be a cartoon video star. Fly
Purple
through the
Moose?
air or race a car.
That moose had the best animation in the whole fucking thing.
Land on Mars. Dreams come true with You Are the Star.
You still haven't told us how you make
Well, here we are at Sentimental Journeys Studios.
They still
and now we'll
exist?
see the secret magic used to make you a cartoon video star.
it. They still operate today. Wow. I find that difficult to comprehend.
It all starts with your photograph
Oh,
arriving
finally,
in our
they
mailroom.
get to it.
Here comes the pictures. Here's the photo, Mr. Star.
And here's the picture of you. Wow, this is gonna be great. Now, on
Can we
to the
see it?
photo feeder.
What? What?
I hope they still use Amigas.
The website's still stuck in the 90s. Oh my god. Why? Buy someone a copy. If you buy a copy of
Making the tapes, making
one
the
of these tapes
We're
with
gonna
my
make
face
the
in
tapes
it,
for you now.
I will
First, we snap
personally
your picture
draw
and
you
over
a
again,
picture
but don't worry, your
of
photos returned unharmed.
something good.
Making the tapes, it's magic with You Are the Star.
Oh, they use frogs and eggs.
Well, the mix is ready. Now let's heat things up.
Bald is basic, so fit acceptance.
Oh, the magic liquid.
The magic
There will be laughter and joy as you watch yourself star in your own cartoon video adventure. Neato, huh?
The tape's not rewound.
Oh. Of course you would notice that. You fucking
Now let's go over to the super duper creation computer and choose a
It's
story
upside down,
just for you.
dude.
Be anything you want, from a superhero to a race car driver, a beauty princess to a rodeo star, a secret agent to a time traveler. Anything's possible with You Are the Star personalized cartoon video adventures.
So please buy more. He's a furry! Blah. Blah.
What was that noise?
Yeah.
And here's your video all wrapped and ready for Zippy, who will bring it to you.
McNuggets. Oh, expanding product line. Oh man. All right, that'll be all for today. Thanks for watching.
Hang on.
Oh fuck. Oh, you're looking up the website. What are you looking up? Quality, I mean. Personalized songs. Do they do that too?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Starlight, star bright.
Just skip
first
to
star
a
I see
picture
tonight.
part.
You are
Oh.
valuable lessons that can help build self-esteem and provide.
Oh, it's all
feelings of
CG now.
Each
It-
DVD is a fun-filled, action-packed, fully animated cartoon.
No.
And best of all,
No.
your child is
No.
the star throughout the adventure.
No.
And it is so easy to
Kids
get
aren't
one.
easily
All you need is a
impressed like
clear,
this anymore.
full
They just want an
short-view
iPad.
color
That's all they
photo of
want.
your child.
Looking for the perfect gift? Sentimental Journeys Incorporated
Wow.
bring these unique and special animated
And it's a story. It's
All right.
34 minutes long, and it's a new technology. It's
a new technology.
technology?
You are saving Christmas. I am saving Christmas. You are saving Christmas.
This is not exciting. This is fucking stupid. You're too easily impressed, lady.
So this is the new version.
Amazing Kid?
This is the new version of what we saw.
Oh. Wow, that's even worse somehow.
Is that
No reason to watch other superheroes when you can be the star in your very own DVD adventure as
Oh my
Amazing
God.
Kid.
Oh, a guitar playing alien. Holy shit. Wicca wicca. He climbs stairs very, very involvedly. Ew.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Superhero.
Jack?
This story is fun and full of exciting characters.
I don't believe you. Here's the plane.
Amazing Kid with powers and abilities far beyond ordinary people.
Wait. Sentimental Journey.
As Amazing Kid, you will get to fly into space, stop the bad guy, and save the world. Incredible, amazing.
Wait, someone uploaded one. Is this another kid? No.
He's gonna fook the snake. I don't think so. He's a kid.
Is this my take or is this someone else's? Oh my god, it's another kid! Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh, if only it was a different video.
Yeah.
So that we could see Joshua. Oh, that, he got a title sequence. We didn't get a title sequence now.
Oh, didn't we? All right, we gotta go now. I gotta go. That's enough. What's up? Bye. Coldplay. Ugh. Okay. What is this wuss rock? All right. Thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for sticking around, you guys. So I'm gonna go. Bye.